Okay, I am live and I feel like I may be in the right place now. So this has been interesting. So I apologize for anyone who uh, has been waiting patiently for this amazing LinkedIn Live. I just really trying to figure this out. So thankfully, I've gotten this figured out and now I'm seeing myself live on my other screen. How amazing technology. It's just such a blessing, isn't it? Just trying to figure stuff out. Okay. So, I am going to chat with you today about community building. And again, thank you so much for just being patient with me because honestly, this is the first time I've done a LinkedIn Live. I had no idea all the steps required. But you know what? I'm figuring it out along the way. And that's what I tell people about community building. So, one step at a time. Deep breaths. So, my name is Deb Schell. I am the founder of Find Calm Here LLC. I have been a community strategist for almost 2 years now, since I was a member in an online community for 2 years. I decided to launch my online community in 2020, focused on wellness and supporting others and helping people find calm in daily life. It's been quite a ride in the last 2 years. And so I wanted to share with you a little bit about some things that I've learned and what we're going to talk about during this upcoming workshop called the Community Curious Workshop. So, over the last couple of years, the interest in building an online paid community has been massive, right? Entrepreneurs see coaches, consultants. If you're a coach, if you're a consultant, if you're connecting, bringing people together online in any capacity, workshops, all those things, community is the next step, right? It's just it makes sense because you're if you have a lot of coaching clients and you're trying to streamline them, um, maybe to get more time to do other projects or things that you want to do, communities can be such an impactful way for so many reasons. So I'll tell you my story a little bit real quick, and it's basically just to tell you that I've wanted to do something I've been passionate about for a long time, and I've been connecting people for a really long time online and in person. So, I mean, when I was an artist and photographer, I actually brought people together in my home back in like 2012, 2013, 2014. I used to have open houses where I invited people and everything that I've thanks for the support. Everything that I have been working on over the last decade of my life has really been focused on connection. I had no idea up until about 2 years ago when I realized that how passionate I am about connection and bringing people together and how meaningful connection can really massively impact the lives of others. So my experience was that I started with a course and then I wanted to work with people that are also doing these courses. This is back in 2017, 2018. I was learning about online business and trying to figure out how I was going to do that. And so I bought this thing, this package of online training, but then I didn't want to do it by myself. I was like really struggling to figure out how to like make it fit in my life because I work full time and what did it look like to build an online business? So I joined a community of people who all also had or wanted to build an online business and wanted to travel more and become location independent. So I was a member of this community for over 2 years. I jumped on a plane in 2018 and flew to Denver and actually met these people in person. I even shared a, a hostel with people that I had just met. And you know why? It's because I built those relationships over time. But I'm telling you this because we think when we're talking about an online community, who am I bringing together? Why and what's the purpose? And so these are things we're going to break down in the community curious workshop that's coming up. So if you've thought about, hey, I want to do a course or I want to do a mastermind or I want to do an online community, but I'm just not sure the pieces or how that works. I'm going to go through the 5 steps that I help clients with every day. I've helped over 100 leaders build, launch, and grow their communities. Mighty Networks has been the platform of my choice. However, honestly, if you get like Don't get stuck in platform. You can dive deep into lots of platforms, but really community strategy and figuring out your structure and why the purpose of why you're going to bring people together, that's where the magic is. You can create so much amazing connection without a course, without and it's called a community of practice. So, when I was struggling with the anxiety, I'll tell you another story here. When I was struggling with anxiety and depression over the last 2 years, I had the opportunity to meet somebody who then we partnered together, and I was able to join his community and learn more about mindfulness and how that can change my life when I struggle with depression and anxiety. And in that community, there was a structured program, but there was also connections. And so what I did was I raised my hand and I said, "Hey, I'd be happy to lead an accountability call." I was a member of this community and I said, "I'd be happy to lead an accountability call." We started doing that in June of 2021. And to this day, we still meet every week on Mondays at 3 o'clock for our accountability group. That group has helped me make massive changes in the past year in my life. Not only have I been able to deal with the struggles that I've been dealing with my anxiety and depression, I've had a place, a safe space online to share these challenges. I can't post stuff like I that I'm struggling with on Facebook. I can't post it on LinkedIn or sharing it in other places. But what I could do, and as a, let me just finish the sentence. And as a leader, you don't necessarily want to tell people all of these struggles. You want people to see that you're succeeding and things are going well. And when things aren't, we don't really have a place to go for that, except for a counselor that you pay. But honestly, hi, John. Jeff. So great to see you all. Um, we don't have a place that's private and safe, unless you've intentionally created one. So, what I like to talk to people about is how you can create connection because it's the missing component that we don't have. I can't even tell you how many people I've talked to in the last year who have said, "Deb, I'm struggling with so much, and I don't even know where to go because my friends are struggling with so much, and I don't want to burden them. I don't want to tell them what they should do. I can't even help other people because I'm just really struggling." Maybe you're feeling like that. Maybe you're feeling like you wish you could help others, but you just don't know how. This is what we'll all talk about during the Community Curious workshop. It's on March 24th, which is in 2 days from as I record this on March 22nd. It's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. So we're going to go over, we're going to do it. It's an interactive workshop. So you're going to get to participate, share your idea around community. Maybe you have an idea for launching a cohort program or an intensive workshop. Or maybe you want to do something where you bring others together and just for accountability's sake of just I want to lose weight and I need somebody to help me keep on track. And that's what accountability and community can do. So these kinds of communities, the community of practice, you don't have to write a 6-month program. You don't have to record 100 videos. You don't have to even have a specific platform. A community could be you and your friends meeting for coffee once a week. It could be you connecting with people online once a month. It could be once a quarter. These are all communities. You can create sub-communities within these communities. I could go so much into community and talk about it all day long. But what I'll say is if you really are thinking about, I really want to figure out how to scale my business, grow my membership. If I already have a community, if you already have an online community, maybe you have a Facebook group. Here's another good example. Okay. If you have a Facebook group, that's a lot of time. I'm just going to say it. Any community that you lead, whether it's a Slack channel, a Facebook group, or it's somewhere else, it takes time and energy to show up and to offer this space for others to be heard. And maybe if you think I had a program or I have to update things, really the truth is that the less content is more powerful because really what people want in an online space is just to feel heard and know that it's safe. Facebook, not safe. Doesn't make me feel safe. Doesn't make me feel calm. It makes me feel very anxious. Even LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a professional space, but maybe I've struggled with my consulting business over the last few months. It's been really tough, honestly. I'm vulnerable with people all the time because I feel like it just grows. It helps us grow. It helps us support each other. So just talking about we're gonna in the workshop, we're gonna do an um, breakout rooms, and you're gonna be able to talk to people about your specific idea or what your community, if you have a current community, what are the challenges you're facing there? Are you doing Facebook Lives and people are not interacting? Are you using your Facebook group to create events and get them into your coaching program? And the people are just not, you're not getting seeing the results that you really want there. Maybe you're trying to figure out how to relaunch something or refocus your energy so you can like build out other projects. This is all stuff that we can workshop during our Community Curious workshop. So whether you have a specific strategic plan for a community, whether you don't have any idea about what community means for you and how it could benefit or help you in your business, or whether you think you have a really great idea for maybe a group coaching program or a mastermind or a cohort-led course, let's chat during the Community Curious workshop because I feel like that those ideas and concepts are just this is workshop is going to give you a little bit of a taste of like, what does community mean for me? How can I improve my community if I already have one? How can I create safe spaces? And and the other thing I'll point out too is that, you know, Facebook and LinkedIn, while we use the platforms, they own that content. Whether you like it or not, people can take your content. LinkedIn and Facebook can take your content. You basically sign your content away to social media. If you go on other platforms like Mighty Networks, which I talk a lot about, and I help clients build Mighty Networks every day, that content you own. Those contacts you own. Uh, that is part of that platform. They want you to succeed. Facebook doesn't want you to succeed. Facebook wants you to pay them money so that you can get seen and get visible. But if you go to a link, if you go to a Mighty Network, the Mighty Networks are all about whatever the topic is. So in Find Calm Here Community, I'll give you the example of Find Calm Here Community. We talk about community building. So any challenges you have as a community leader, we address these inside the Find Calm Here community, not with a whole lot of like instruction. I create accountability groups. We have co-working sessions. We have interactive workshops. We have a meet and greet and chats and welcome parties to really connect our members and inspire them. I just started leading off these little weekly and monthly sessions, and I've loved connecting with members one to one and really identifying what their struggles are. But we can guarantee that your members are not going to have you're not going to have to fight analytics for them to see your content. And you can create a great onboarding program and get members to interact and participate, especially when you have a paid platform. The other challenge is if you have a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group, most of the time those are free and people are just, there's no shortage of content. There is an oversaturation of content. And what we need is connection. And people want help. They want help in whatever they're struggling with, and they need your support as somebody who has been there to be their guide into this navigating these challenges of life, that you've got this amazing experience. You don't need by the way, you don't need a certificate or a graduate experience to be a community builder, because honestly, you probably, if you're considering a community at all, you probably already are a community builder. You just didn't know it. And what I mean by that is, I gave you the example a little bit ago. I invited people to my home and bring people together online. I'm a big connector. If somebody mentions something and I'm like, oh yeah, That's John. Oh yeah, that's Carol. I can connect people and I do every day. Say, you know what? I've got 5 people. If you're struggling with this, I know exactly who to send you to. And that's what's great about community is that it's so specific and driven and clear that it allows us to really focus in on what's important and why. So you're going to get a bunch of bonuses, whether you can attend the workshop on um, Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern, if you can or if you cannot. But if you're really interested, I would really say please register because you will only be able to see the recording of that workshop if you have registered and paid for the workshop. It's $27. And then I'm gonna have some bonuses. There's gonna be some tips. There's gonna be some templates. I'm gonna give you some checklists so that you can get really organized and I'm gonna have some worksheets for you with some really good questions about how do you create connection online? How do you offer a space for people so that they can be valued and heard? Because, like I said, there's a lot of people out there talking to you right now. I'm one of them, but I want to talk to you individually and in person, virtually. So, what I would say is please join us on March 24th at 1 p.m. Eastern. I will give you this real quick, just um, because I have a lot of questions about, Money Network, so I am gonna yeah, love checklist. John's like, "Love checklist." Yeah, I love checklists too. Building out a library inside the Find Calm Here community actually right now about the 10 steps that I see, community builders really, need through their journey. And I'm gonna you know what? Let's just share. Let's see if I can figure this out now. Um, let's see. Video file, slides, extra camera. Share screen. Okay. Share screen. And I just have to allow this to see it, but I don't know where it is. So, oh, click to make changes. All right. So, if you have any questions, by the way, please throw them in the chat. If you're watching the recording, email me, deb@findcalmhere.com. Deb@findcalmhere.com. That'll allow you to then I don't know. I was trying to do this screen share, but it didn't work out. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about it. So I feel like there's 10 different areas of community building that people don't really and literally, guys, I just created this, like, yesterday. So, I love sharing content that, like, I'm in progress of, so I'm gonna just tell you outline that for you today, real quick, and then we're just gonna end. I'm gonna share the links, for the workshop. There's a couple questions, but I wanna just share this because John mentioned about, like, checklists and templates. So, I'm actually creating a templates and checklist library inside the Find Calm Here community. And what that is going to do is give you the checklists and templates for each part of your journey. So, community discovery, identifying your ideal member. Who is that? What are you going to do together inside with your members? Community validation of like getting people to confirm, like, yes, I want to do X, whatever it is that you're going to help them with. You got to get validation to know that. I'll tell you my biggest mistake, guys. I'll tell you the failure I made. I didn't ask. I just assumed. I made an assumption that people in this world wanted to find calm, which was right, by the way. People do want to find calm. I just couldn't tell them how to do it because they've got to figure that out. And one of the things that I realized focusing on really was really important was help people were asking me, Deb, can you help me build my community? Because I saw that you've been building one and I really need help. So trying to get clear on that community discovery process. I'm going to have some checklists and templates for that, community validation, community structure, community planning, community pre-launch, community post-launch, and uh, community onboarding, community retention, and community growth. So those are the areas that I'm going to be working on building out tools. You are going to get a back end seat to this during our workshop. So you'll get to share that amazingness. Wanted to just make that clear. The other thing I want to tell you is If you think that you want to build an online community, but you're just like, I'm not sure. I'm just not sure, really. I don't know what it means. I feel like that is you are the right person for this workshop. So on March 24th at 1, we're going to have, um, we already have a bunch of spots filled. So I've got about 10 spots left. And we're going to do some breakout rooms. I'm going to tell you the 5 steps in how to build an online community with your existing network. So people, you just got to find where your people are. If you already know that, that's amazing. And then we're going to talk to you about how do you create a structure and a community strategy that's going to work for you and actually give you energy and light you up versus draining. So I can tell you from my community journey, when I launched in 2020, I launched with a 4-hour virtual summit with 15 speakers and an email campaign, an email list. And I'll tell you what, after 3 days of my launch, I had 0 paid members. And the reason I had 0 paid members that I learned later was that I did not have the know, like, and trust factor. I also didn't have the understanding or the validation that people really wanted this specific way to help them find calm. And they also were overwhelmed and didn't have time. So now what I'm learning is actually creating, guys, community is all about relationships. Creating relationships with people that want to hear more of what you're doing, that you can help then bring them into an online space. And you can ask them and say, well, what are you struggling with? Okay, so I hear this, and then you get the feedback from them. And then you say, all right, so what is it? What will the outcomes be? Like, it's just a series of questions. Like, what would the outcomes be if you could get past X, Y, or Z thing? You can help them with this. A lot of it is just navigating and talking and conversating about what challenges they have. So the questions that I posted in the event for today that I just want to go over really quickly. I know I'm like over time because I started really late. So sorry for everybody, but thank you for hanging in there with me. So asking yourselves the question, do I have a life experience that could help others? Do you? I know you do. I know you do. Am I willing to share this experience with others? Maybe. Maybe not publicly, but maybe online. Are you John says, "Are you heading to any event in person?" I am going to an event in person, John. Thanks for asking the question because I'm going to see you at Clicks, the live event that's coming up in Memphis, Tennessee. I will have details if you guys are interested. There is a code, so go to findcalmhere.com website and you'll see a link about more information about the Clicks event. It's for community leaders. It's hosted by the Community Leaders Institute, which is a new organization that talks about how to bring people together in this amazing community industry that we're really, honestly, we're at the forefront of what community means and how it's going to develop online. I can't even express to you how excited I am about the future of community. I really truly believe that it's not going to be, when we talk about community, we're not going to even think about Facebook. You know why? Because that's not a community platform for us to connect. That's somebody that's for broadcasting and maybe sharing with your family or showing your vacation photos. But real meaningful connection is really powerful when you go online and really connect deeply with others. And community is about intentionality of when you're investing your time and your money, how are you using it and what are you doing? If you're a member of a community, think about this for yourself. So those are a few questions that I would ask. What time do you have time to identify some of these challenges? I would set aside a little bit of time, write in a notebook, maybe on a Saturday afternoon, or if you have time before you go to bed tonight, maybe pull out a journal and just write out some of these answers of do you have the experience of life that maybe could help others? And I know you do, so I already know that. Are you willing to share this experience with others? Maybe it's a vulnerable, maybe you're like sharing stuff that's pretty challenging. What a great way to do that in an online community where it's private and it's specific to people who really want to hear your journey so that they can figure out how you can help them in a coaching program. Can I change my mindset about how this hasn't worked in the past? Maybe you've launched an online community and you're like, this didn't work. Maybe you've started a Facebook group and you're just like, I'm sick of trying to get people to talk to me or to each other. These are all great questions that I would say maybe workshop it out, and bring it those questions and answers. Bring those answers to our Community Curious workshop on March 24th. Okay, so John has one more question. I am not speaking at that Clicks event. However, I will be announcing next week that I am speaking at PodFest, which is another event that I'm going to be at, and I will be speaking on the expo floor uh, at PodFest in May, at the end of May. So you're going to see some promotions starting in next week about PodFest, because as a podcaster, I'm really leveling up my game to try to see everyone and honestly help others in a massively powerful way, because podcasting and connecting with others is crazy. Yes, John, I can't wait to meet you in person. So nice to meet people in person. It's amazing, right? It's just mind blowing how a few years ago, because I met people online, I decided to jump on a plane and go to Denver, Colorado, place where I've never been, and meet these amazing people who literally changed my life, allowed me to get out of $46,000 of debt, leave my corporate job, become an entrepreneur. And it was with that support of an online community that helped me do that. It wasn't, you know, a structured 8-month program or a course that I took. It was really the connection, people holding me accountable and me holding other people accountable, and us just having ideas. Guys, I've had a lot of ideas. I have millions of there is no shortage or lack of content or ideas. What I am challenged with is how to organize those ideas, how to figure out what's the best direction. And that was all done through workshopping with people that I meet every day online. One of my best friends who I'm going to have a call with after this was somebody I met online 2 years ago, but we started both building a mighty network. And her and I have partnered together for 2 years to support each other in our journeys. And they've taken us on winding roads. But I'll tell you, the people that I've met in the last 2 years have had the biggest impact and helped me keep going when my consulting business is struggling, helped me keep going when my podcast is really getting overwhelming, helped me keep going when I was just like, what am I going to do next? Because X didn't work out. It's so funny. Like, I could tell you 1,000 things, but I'm going to wrap it up here and just say, I really hope that you're going to join me live. I would love to talk to you more. John, I'd love to talk to you every day. You know that. He's in one of our groups, our mastermind groups that meets on a monthly basis for community leaders. So if you're a community leader who's looking and watching at this, maybe somebody has shared this with you. If you're watching the recording, reach out to me, Deb at findcalmhere.com. We do a monthly session where we bring together community leaders and community consultants who help businesses, entrepreneurs, executives, enterprise companies. These people help those organizations build and structure out online communities that impact massively in everyday life. So I just can't express how amazing community connection is going to be in the next year. It is literally going to be one of the most important things that you'll incorporate into your life, either being a part of a community or leading a community. And recent podcast I just recorded, last note, recent podcast I just recorded, one of the people I talked to said, I tried to lead a group, I tried to lead a community, and I realized I was more of a community enhancer. And sometimes it's just not the right time. Or maybe you found that the structure of leading a community is too overwhelming. Well, guess what? You can still have community as a community enhancer. You can actually promote people inside my community or community enhancers. Not all of them have communities, but they enhance the amazingness that is the Find Calm Here community, because each day we're helping people find calm inside the Find Calm Here community. So if you have any questions about the workshop, please email me, comment on the link that I'm going to share. Go over to my LinkedIn page. Make sure you follow me if you're not connected with me. Please reach out and connect with me on LinkedIn. I always like talking to new people and meeting new people. So, go to findcalmhere.com to learn more about me, to sign up for the Community Curious Workshop, which is going to be March 24th at 1 p.m. We're going to workshop all of these challenges. And until then, I hope to see you there at the workshop. Please let me know if you have any questions. And I'm going to end the broadcast on this high, amazing note. I hope you're having a fantastic day wherever it is, whenever it is for you. I hope you're finding calm in this day, morning, evening, afternoon, Sunday or Wednesday, or today's Tuesday. Find calm and take care. Till the next time. Bye. Oh, and P.S. Make sure to check out the Community Strategy podcast. You can find that on the Find Calm Here website now. Yay! I've been spending a whole lot of time working on building out the findcalmhere.com website. So please, please, please check that out. Sign up for our amazing tools and resources that we've got on the website. Let me know what questions you have. And I can't wait to talk with you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.